This is DM Commentary, Segment 6. I'm Chris Perkins.
It's a semi-sentient construct.
All right.
And so it does have an intelligence.
Without knowing how these guys played, I kind of expected a straight-up fight with the Arcane Ballista. But here's a case where the players inspired me. They went out of their way not to fight it. So, for that eventuality, I had prepared a mini skill challenge.
Can't be reasoned with?
It can't really be reasoned with.
We need to get you over there.
It's kind of programmed to defend an area, and that's really all it does.
Okay. All right, so I was going to attack it, but let me see if I know... do I know...
I'm a big fan of skill challenges, and they're a really nice add to the D&D game. For those who don't really have a handle on them yet, a skill challenge, well, let me put it this way. Just as a monster can be defeated with a certain number of hits, a skill challenge can be overcome with a certain number of successful skill checks, which must be achieved before 3 failures. Jaundice just got his first success at this particular skill challenge to try to take control of the Arcane Ballista.
Steer clear of this thing. I'm trying to get control.
Those of you who have thievery think that they could probably get in there if they're next to it and kind of jimmy with its mechanisms too to sort of control.
The most effective skill challenges that I've run have always kind of happened amid combat, or happened at the same time other things are going on, because that gives a layer of choice to the players, which is very interesting to me, which is, you know, do I run over here and fight this monster, or do I go over here and help, you know, so-and-so disable this trap? Anytime where the characters have to make interesting tactical choices or decisions about who or what they want to deal with in a given round. That does a lot to make the encounter more memorable, more challenging, and more fun.
This guy. What makes the most sense?
And I think the Moab.
Zeb has the most amazingly dry humor.
I'm going for this guy. 1, 2, 3.
I would love to see him run a D&D game. I think he'd be a fantastic DM.
You're going to be okay.
Oh, I have a -4 acrobatics.
Oh, wow.
I got a 13.
That's enough.
Okay.
Ranrock, not the most coordinated. He won't be a tightrope walking anytime soon.
Introduce my Warhammer.
Okay.
What if I just pound it on the barrel?
That's a great option. You think that if it can't sound the drum, then
Right.
it will
But it might sound the
impotent. But you could try to smash the drum.
Sound the drum!
I think I'll go for the...
You could also try to move the drum. It doesn't look like these statues have any ability to adjust it.
Because that's what the players need right now, are more options. Oh yeah, you can move the drum.
I'm a self-loathing statue.
So you're probably making just a regular weapon attack against the statue.
You know, I was so concentrated on the game at the time, I totally missed some of the best lines. I'm a self-loathing statue. That's awesome. Makes me think I should start taping all my regular weekly games just to capture some of the great lines that get spewed out.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a 10?
That's a 10.
15.
All right, you disabled that statue.
All right.
Okay.
Doing pretty good.
3 to go. Move along.
That's all. Okay, we are back to Steel Diamond. Standing up is a move action.
Well, here I am, deaf on the floor, not knowing what's going on, burnt, but don't know why. I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
And I am going to,
Does he have to roll to stand up?
No.
once again, swing my sword.
Doug's thinking right now, how the hell
Can I turn my head to watch what happens?
do I make this guy cool?
Well, I got a lucky 7 this time.
Is that including the attack
That
bonus?
includes the bonus.
All right, you strike ineffectually at the statue.
Not so lucky.
I'm not good against...
At least the other players are finding humor in Doug's misery. Doug's thinking, I could be playing Nintendo right now.
Steel. Could you guys make a perception check for me?
Yes.
You notice that part of the wall here is collapsed behind this statue. I just want to see if you notice anything beyond it.
No.
Here we see the drawbacks of splitting your attacks. The players being new have pretty much spread themselves all over the room, which isn't necessarily a bad thing tactically for this room because it prevents the Arcane Ballista from hitting several of them at once. I don't think that's what was actually in their head when they were in this encounter at the time.
Everyone be quiet, Steele's talking.
And Kainuk Sin,
our master tactician.
So
makes me laugh.
Yeah, you see that the statues have basically gone back to their fully upright position now.
No.
Basically, it took them all of a round to do that.
Oh,
With
no.
my statues in.
And that thing just breathed fire at you.
Yeah.
You've got to be close to disabling that one, though.
So Dan pretty much spent this encounter trying to gain control of the ballista, which prevented him from doing other cool things that wizards are known to do, such as the nature of this particular skill challenge. As a DM, you have to make the challenge of the entire encounter fun for everyone. In this case, I think Dan seemed pretty happy and engaged doing what he was doing. In my home games, I've run skill challenges that involve the entire party, and others that involve only one or two characters while the rest are off doing something else. There was one particular skill challenge that I ran once where it was the start of a session. I knew at the start of a session that one of the characters was not with the rest of the party. He had been absent the session before. So I turned the skill challenge into him trying to get back to the party. And he was being chased by some campaign bad guys. And so while the party was fighting on board the deck of this ship, this other character was several blocks away with this running urban chase, making his way to the rest of the party with the bad guys chasing after him. And the nature of the skill challenge was, every time he achieved 3 successes in the skill challenge, one of the bad guys who was chasing him would fall away, would get lost, or would lose sight of him or whatever. So if he was ultimately successful and he succeeded at all, whatever it was, 12 challenges or 8 challenges or whatever it was, that he could theoretically lose all of the bad guys. As it happened, he did not completely succeed at the skill challenge, and one of the bad guys managed to make it all the way back with him.
It says, you do not enjoy success.
So,
You do not enjoy success. Another way of saying, you fail. Failure, you're a failure. I was being nice.
Catching the two of you and the doors.
And the door.
Feeling a tickle in its anus, turns to see.
And the doors. Yes, the arcane ballista is about to breathe fire on the doors. Everything is falling into place.
It rolls a 15 versus reflex.
All right.
What's your reflex defense on your cheat sheet there?
14.
Getcha.
Don't I roll?
For this particular session, I provided not only full character sheets for the party, and when I say I use that term loosely because I didn't actually build the characters. One of our designers, Mike Donay, built the characters for the game, and the players basically just chose which classes they wanted to play.
And the door also takes an automatic 7 points of damage, and you see that the ice is beginning to melt.
Only beginning.
But the door has to take a certain amount of damage in order for the ice to be completely gone.
Okay.
As the door takes damage in this encounter, I sort of reduce the DC necessary to force it open. Although I didn't tell the players that. They would have had to figure that out on their own.
Jaundice the Mauve's turn.
All right, I'll attempt another Arcana check to continue concentrating.
How do you pronounce that? Mauve? Mauve? I've heard it both ways. I don't usually say Mauve. I don't know why I said Mauve for this
That is your second
session.
success. You need 2 more.
Okay.
Usually I say Mauve.
So I'm really just trying to
That's
concentrate. I don't
a
know.
standard
Dan's
action.
like, oh, I got this under control. Yeah.
But
Is it time for this?
I think I'll.
If I had been a nicer DM, I might have made, taking control of the ballista a minor action or something like that, so that the wizard could also do something else fun, like blow up a statue or something.
No, it's once every.
But like I said, Dan seemed to be having a good time trying to gain control of the statue. I wasn't going to
All right.
Good advice. In my head, I'm like.
do anything to disrupt his focus.
Would have said. He would tell me to do that again. For a 22.
Spectacular. You only need 1 more success now.
Will they get through the doors alive? Stay tuned to find out.